vertical leap and and
You have no vertical.
have a hole in one and
you have
shoot
none of
300.
the-
Yeah, well, so it's like the same as the language. It's like, I'd like to be fluent in 5 different languages, but there's like 2% of the population that is. There's like maybe a handful of people in the world who could speak like multiple different languages. Most of us can't. So, but we have a workaround called Google Translate and other similar.
Yeah, but like 10 years ago, that didn't exist. I mean,
Yeah, but this is 10 years later now, so it's just like.
okay, so don't live in the past. Okay, that's okay.
Like in the 13th century, there was the bubonic plague, but it's gone now because now we're in 2022, so we don't have to worry about it anymore. So
there. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad the bubonic plague is gone. That sounds terrible.
Me too.
Yeah. Okay.
It was rat fleas, by the way.
So the last part of this, it says, is to learn to appreciate art. Doesn't that seem? I mean, what the fuck? Why do you have to appreciate art? I don't even understand that.
Wait, is this like a real thing, or are you just making stuff
dude,
up?
this is real. These are the 7 dimensions of wellness.
Okay.
And part of the intellectual one is learning to appreciate art.
This is by one person? This isn't by like a collective group
It's
of
kind
people.
of a standard, understood kind of thing.
Oh,
yeah.
standard. Like by who?
The people who deal in wellness.
The committee. The committee of wellness.
Yeah. Yeah. It might be a subcommittee, but
Okay.
yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Like whose art? Are we talking about Salvador Dali? Are we talking about Pablo Picasso? Or are we talking about Hunter Biden's art? I mean, because there's a lot of art out there, so we don't know whose art we're talking about.
man, you just can't let it go. We can't go one goddamn episode without you shitting on Hunter Biden. And by the way, just to let you know, Ted, just because we haven't talked about it, that motherfucker has not reached out. He is running scared. So I would not, if I were you, I would not be worried that he can kick your ass. I think he's dodging you, man.
So the funny thing about art is, so did you know this? There was a monkey who literally was put in a room with a canvas and different paint, and the monkey would just like literally throw the paint at the canvas like he's flinging his poo, which was what monkeys do, and that art.
Do monkeys really throw their shit?
Yes, they do. Yeah, they do throw their shit.
I feel like that's a pretend thing.
No, that's a real thing. And so the monkey threw the paint on the canvas in random ways, and that art sold for a lot more money than me and you make, probably on a monthly or yearly basis. But but obviously the people who bought the art didn't know where it came from. But the point is, it was created by
So they did not know it was monkey art.
they didn't know. Yeah, they didn't know.
So you're saying we need to get a monkey immediately?
Or there was another piece of art. I don't know if you knew this. So there was a pedestal with nothing on it, and the art was on the art was basically vetted as the empty pedestal was the art. It was an empty pedestal, and that sold for a huge sum of money. So the point is, there's a lot of rich, bored people out there who buy a lot of stupid shit that don't add up to anything. That's my point.
Okay,
Yeah.
good point, Ted.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's really good. Okay, you agree with me that the appreciating art thing is just kind of bullshitty.
Yeah, it's just very subjective. I mean, what's good art to one person might be good art to another person. So that's all I'm saying.
That's true. That's true. Okay, so there's another part of this, social. Okay, social wellness.
Yeah.
Okay, and the first thing it says is you need to cultivate healthy relationships. So let me ask you this.
What does that mean?
What do you mean? It just means good, solid relationships. It's not built on I don't know, drugs and prostitution like most of your relationships.
Like I don't want to kill you, or let's not have a fentanyl overdose tonight or something. What does that mean?
Ted, who are your other friends? What do you do when you're not here?
No, I'm just trying to figure out what you mean.
I mean, I don't know. It's
just common sense.
It's cultivate healthy relationships.
Yes.
I think it means be friends with normal people. So maybe I should hang out with normal people and not you sometimes.
So let me ask you this. Let's just say hypothetically you hung out with let's just say hypothetically you hung out with a homelessly not that homeless people are all mentally ill, but let's say let's just say hypothetically I hung out with a homeless person who just got discharged from a mental institution. How does that affect and we just hung out for like hours on end, and he talked about he thinks he's the king of England or some stupid shit, or he's like obviously completely delusional.
Right.
Not living reality. But how does that affect? I mean, am I gonna get heart disease after talking to him for 2 hours? What does that mean?
No, I don't think that's what they mean at all. I think they just mean like it would be weird. It might make you a little crazy if you
Really?
listen to an insane person all the
Right.
time.
So that must
like
mean
me.
so that means I'm so mentally weak or inflexible that when I listen to a crazy person, I'm going to become crazy too. I don't have the wherewithal to withstand the craziness. What does that mean?
Ted, I think you can withstand the craziness.
Exactly.
I do. Ted, I think you could have a conversation. I think you could have a conversation with 10 homeless guys who think 10 different things, and I think you would come out on top of that.
Have you ever talked to a schizophrenic person? It's so fun.
Yes, Ted, I have. Why?
Really?
Yeah, Ted, I did 8 shows with one. Wow.
So let's just say you went to a locked mental facility and you talked to somebody who literally thought that they were the Queen of England or just something completely delusional. Would you come out of that meeting thinking, well, I've been diminished mentally and now I can't function in society because I just talked to this person who's obviously completely fucking deranged? No. So I don't know what you mean.
I am sorry I brought it up now.
Well, let's drop it then.
Okay, so part of being socially well, besides the part where you lost your fucking mind, is to communicate your thoughts, feelings, and ideas.
Isn't that what we're doing right now?
Yeah, but I think in a more constructive way because you sound insane. Yeah, no. I'm just saying that's part of it. So maybe you are very socially well despite all the things that are going on in your head because you're able to communicate your thoughts, feelings, and ideas.
Okay.
All right, so I like that.
Can you give me an example of what this guru was talking about? So
Ted, listen, I'm not an expert on wellness. I'm just talking about it. I asked you how you felt, and I kind of had some info, so I just, I just wanted to see where you kind of fall in this. I feel like you're getting a little defensive, bud.
No, I'm just saying, but don't we do that every day? My tummy hurts. Your ass hurts. I don't know. I need some food. I'm hungry. I mean, what does that mean? I don't even know what that means.
You're doing a lot of things that sound like a 3-year-old child, just so you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's just move on, Teddy. Let's just move on. Let's get away from that social because that one seemed like you got really fucking weird about it.
It's just
okay. So
weird.
let's just talk about your spiritual wellness. Okay. What?
Sure.
Okay. So part of your spiritual wellness is being able to spend time alone and meditate. Do you or have you meditated?
I've never meditated.
Okay.
But I've known people who have, and usually those people. Meditation is like a weird thing. It's like, okay, you sit in a very quiet place.
Right.
And you don't have your cell phone, obviously, and you turn everything off, and you just kind of shut out the world, and you're just alone with your own thoughts and the universe and all that good stuff.
How do you check your email?
After you're done meditating, of course.
Okay,
yes,
okay,
yes.
Okay, so not during your meditation.
So basically, like, they're trying to talk to the universe. They're talking to the universe. Whatever that means.
Ted, are you talking to the universe right now?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm talking to you.
Are your eyes closed, Ted? Am I here?
I'm not chanting.
I don't think you have to. Is meditate? I've never meditated. You have to do that.
Yeah, I mean, this sounds like some Deepak Chopra shit. Where Oh, by the way, so remember how I said that Tony Robbins charges about $5,000 for people to attend his seminar so he can jump on a trampoline and tell them that they're lions and not lambs and all that
Wait,
shit.
he jumps on a trampoline?
Yeah, he does. Before the show.
Is he in the Olympics?
No, he's getting himself pumped up. So
by jumping on a trampoline?
No, yeah, he's a motivational speaker, so he's get pumped up. So the point is the same thing with this meditation thing. So the Deepak Chopra thing, it's the same thing. People pay $5,000 to go to these weekend conferences with Deepak Chopra,
right, and
his ilk, whoever they are, to talk about getting in touch with the universe and you're the eye in the middle of your head and all that stupid shit. And just
what?
Yeah, it's meditation. So it's just a different slant on it. But the point is,
have you gone to one of these things?
No, I haven't. But my friend did, and I felt sorry for him, and I berated him for it.
Who?
I'm
my
not
God!
Gonna
Please tell me, Chris.
I'm not gonna.
Please tell me your friend Chris.
Why are you mentioning names?
Please tell me your crazy ass friend Chris.
But why are we talking about names?
Because it's Crazy Chris. Oh my God! Oh wow! Yeah. And you know what? It seemed to work.
So the funny thing is,
he's not completely fucked up.
So for free, I could have just given him a fucking gummy and a shot of Crown Royal, and he would have calmed the fuck down.
And then he could really see his third eye.
Exactly.
Yeah. He see your third eye. You see your brown eye.
Yeah. in his taint, whatever. So.
Oh my God. Okay, so wow, I feel like you have very little dimensions of wellness.
Yeah.
Okay, but the last part of spiritual wellness is living by principles.
Yes.
Do you have any principles?
Of course. I mean, we all have principles. I mean,
not all of us.
What I mean, you don't have to be born in a barn, or even have to be well educated to figure out that, hey, here's the bottom line: we shouldn't rob from other people, we shouldn't murder other people, we shouldn't club baby seals to death, we shouldn't drown kittens, we should live a life of virtue and treat other people with respect. I mean,
why is all your bad shit killing animals?
No, I'm just saying it's common sense stuff. So I'm just saying, do you really? I mean, seriously, if there's a person who actually needs to be physically trained to not do bad shit, they're probably a bad person to begin with, and we need to get rid of them.
Oh, so if you have to
physically tell somebody that, hey, this thing you're doing is like a really fucking bad, pardon my language, yeah, then they're probably bad by nature already.
So
they need to go.
If people think this show is bad and they have to tell us it's bad, then we're fucked up?
No, they need to be executed. Immediately. And publicly, by the way.
Ted loves his public execution, man.
I love the public execution.
I cannot wait, man.
In fact, when I talk about running for president later on, we're going to go into a lot of detail about that. No, we're going to talk about it right now.
About public execution?
Yes.
Oh man,
it's a very underrated subject.
Well, I feel like at that point you're going to have most of the Southern vote, and that's all you really need. Wow,
and probably most of the India vote.
Okay. So we got two more of our. We got five. We've gone through 5 of our 7 dimensions of wellness. Okay, the last 2.
Oh, there's more.
There's the last 2. The last 2 are pretty fucking stupid. Okay, but it might be important to some people. The next one is environmental wellness. Okay, environmental wellness. Now this seems pretty stupid, but one of the parts of this is to stop your junk mail. Okay, and renew your relationship with the earth.
Okay.
Ted, can I ask you a question? What have you done recently to improve your relationship with the earth?
Well, that's a good question. Actually, my answer is this. It's actually, like I said, it's a common sense answer. Don't dump antifreeze or oil into the sewer or the river. Don't litter. Try to leave a small carbon footprint. Just be socially responsible.
But you're none of those things.
Yeah, no, I am. And
what?
Yeah, I mean, just don't do dumb things. I mean, here's the bottom line. We know who the countries are who are the biggest polluters in the world. So no matter what the United States does in terms of recycling or whatever, large corporations, other countries are serial, environmental offenders, and we know who those are. I'm not going to mention them by name. So, me and you...
Ted doesn't want to say India because
no, I'm not gonna say India.
We have 4 listeners now. We've literally quadrupled our listeners in India.
And I'll give you an American example. So, for example, John Kerry, who was the former Secretary of State, who's, by the way, worth about $20 million plus because he married Teresa Heinz, who's like she's the Heinz ketchup Harris.
Hold on. Ted is squeezing.
Yeah,
Ted is
ketchup. Yeah.
It looks like he's jerking somebody off, but I know he's squeezing a ketchup bottle. Yeah. But it looks
so I'm gonna give it to I'm gonna give it 2 American examples. So John Kerry, who loves to lecture us about the environment, about climate change, right? That's the key term, climate change. That's really what it is. Environment is code for climate change. Yeah. So this guy lives in a $20 million mansion.
Nice.
That uses God knows how much electricity, how much gas, flies around in a private jet, which uses God knows how much private fuel
sounds awesome.
To drive around to fly around the world to lecture us about climate change.
That's the way you should do it.
Nancy Pelosi spent about $500,000 last year flying around the world to lecture us about climate change, burning how much jet fuel. Al Gore, who's the master of climate change, lives in a $15 million waterfront mansion.
Man, bear, pig.
Yeah. But I'm sure he has a very small carbon footprint, by the way. But he loves to lecture us about climate change. So again, just look at the people who are lecturing us about climate change and look what they say, look what they do, and that's all you need to know about them. So because it applies to us, but not to them.
Teddy, you just now that you're running for president, you just turn everything into like a political argument.
Well, I mean, but if it's not it's fact.